So that's a big topic in the NBA because we play 3, 4 games a week, and then we have travel, and so it's very, very difficult for player development and practicing. And so, what a lot of NBA teams have done is the player development become individualized, but it's in groups. So typically, you kind of break your players into groups of guys who play, more than 25 minutes, guys who play 10 to 25 minutes, and guys who are under 10 minutes. And so the guys that are under 10 minutes, it's a little easier with those guys because typically what they'll do is on a typical game day, we'll have a shoot around at 10. Those guys will get there. Some will get there at 8:30, 8 o'clock, and then they'll do some drills individually, and then they'll do drills in a group. And the group work has become very, very important, and that's both on offense and defense because, like, you can't really practice a pick and roll by yourself. The NBA staffs have become very, very, very large, which I know is different than it is in Europe, where now almost every staff has at least 20 members on it. And 5 of the guys will just be player development coaches that are there to help coaches have player development. So, for instance, like if you have a point guard, he'll come in and, after his warm up, he'll do pick and roll shots where someone's setting the screen for him, someone's contesting his shot. When he's doing his one-on-one drills, he'll have it where he beats the initial defender, and then you might have another defender at the rim there for him. And so this is a lot of individual work. And then even defensively, we'll have guys that'll come off the pick and roll where he'll have to work through going over the screen, under the screen, pushing him out, denying the pass, how to work through the dribble handoff, how to switch. And then when he switches, is he a type of guard that can guard the big man? Or is he a type of guard where he just needs to hold him and then someone's going to come and he rotates out? So that's all a lot of the individual work. And then what we'll do is we call it combos, and that's combinations. And then that's when we'll bring guys in together. So we might have 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, and they'll be working on those same skill sets that are within our offense. So let's just say, we have we're running the Spanish pick and roll, and we'll have 3 guys running it against 3 defenders, and we might have a 4th defender in there, for the rotation. But we're really, really working on putting these guys in game situations that if they do get in the game, it'll be really catered to our offense and our defensive schemes. I think in the old days, it was a lot more individual work on individual skill development where we shots and, those type of instances where I think in the NBA now, it's really catered to the specific task you will be doing for that team. And so, for instance, like if you're a center, we're not going to, and you're a back to the basket guy, we're not going to just have you shooting spot up threes. We're going to have you working on your role. And what do you do with your role? Is it a short roll? Is it a lob threat? Is it a short roll with a dribble, with a pass? I mean, a short roll with a pass. And we have a concept we like to say is the pass is your dribble, where, the big man catches it where he can't dribble and he has to use the pass as his dribble, or he has one dribble, or he has the kick out. And so everything has become very, very catered to the actual offense of the team. And so then when they do get in the game, they have a good understanding of what works. And then, they'll also, they'll have a scrimmage where they'll play anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes of live contact on a non-game day. And then our strength and conditioning coaches will put them through some actual running. With our players that are playing, more than 15 minutes a game, we're smart about it. Age has a big part of it. The whole key for us is efficiency. We don't want to waste any minute during this player development because there's so many games, there's so many risk of injury. We don't want to overtrain, but yet we don't want to undertrain. So if we have a player that's playing 30 minutes, a lot of the player development and skill development will be based on upcoming opponents or some things that he needs to correct that he did before. Because one thing, teams all watch film now. And, if the team feels like, hey, you have Anthony Edwards and we can trap him, he's got to be able to play through that trap. So a lot of his player developments will be based on those traps. Some of it will be individual. Sometimes he'll get with another player where they'll work on combos. Sometimes it might be the whole five. But a lot of things are um, strategically aligned to maximize that time because, if we're playing 3 games in a week and have 2 travel days, we don't really have a lot of practice time. Shoot arounds have become very, very important. Even for us, like today, we played a back to back in Indiana and Cleveland on Thursday and Friday. Then we flew cross country on Saturday because of the time change and because of daylight savings time. We elected to let the guys just sleep, and so we didn't even have shoot around or anything today. So we're going from back to back on Thursday, Friday, no practice on Saturday, no shoot around on Sunday morning, and the team will meet 40 minutes before the game. Now, guys will get in. Some guys had optional shooting this morning where typically the guys that don't play much went through individual work that we talked about earlier. But then, even like our players that play bigger minutes, they'll go through and get their workout either this morning or, an hour and a half, 2 hours before the game.